I got an idea. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me to pick the very best one. And you are it. Anybody moves, anybody says anything, cut the boy's other eye out and feed it to his father, and then we'll start. You can breathe, you can blink, you can cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that.
What's happening, TWD fam? I'm Justin.
That just threw me off right there. The fam part.
Yeah.
Are you trying to be really cool and
I am trying to
safe?
be cool and hip.
Okay, all right. I'm Kelly.
Yes.
Not cool and hip.
You're super cool and hip because you're my mom, and we are the world's greatest mother and son Walking Dead team. We cover the shit out of The Walking Dead, and we can say fuck, unlike AMC, apparently.
I know. What is the
Yes.
deal? It's just a little four-letter word. Come on.
Exactly. It doesn't do anybody any harm in saying it a few times, or 50 in the case of Negan in the comic books. And we're here to discuss the episode Last Day on Earth, the season 6 finale, which was directed by Greg Nicotero, was written by Scott M. Gimple and Matt Negretti.
And that was the best you've ever said it.
I
so,
know,
No, it's not too bad.
I crushed that. Unlike a lot of fans think that the writers crushed this episode.
Well, they did crush it in a not a good way.
Well, we're not going to get into that.
Okay, I'm
We've
sorry.
got plenty of stuff on that. You can go watch our video, which was entitled, Did the Writers Screw Up the Introduction of Negan? Something along those lines, where we...
Jump the shark? Is that what you said?
jump the
shark.
Jump the shark.
Screw the pooch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pooped in the pool.
Yeah.
I don't know. They did all sorts of things, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to discuss actual good things about the episode. Things that we loved from this finale, because we're here to give you our top 3 moments / things
We love.
/ stuff that happened.
And there was a lot.
There was a whole bunch. So
And luckily we've narrowed it down to the top 3. Assholes' lives are not precious.
that's right. All you naysayers out there that wanted to talk shit about Morgan, he saved Carol and blew that savior away.
He did. He did.
Shot him
And it-
6 times according to The Talking Dead.
Oh, I see. I didn't count, but I do know it was enough to kill him.
It certainly was enough to kill him, and it was such an epic moment. I loved it. I'm so happy that Morgan decided that not all lives are precious, but Carol's life is precious. It was fantastic.
Could you imagine how pissed we would have been had he not jumped in and saved her?
At first, I was starting to question it. I was thinking, okay, he's not going to save her because he's starting to go down his spiel there of, you can do this.
Yeah,
you can make it through this.
You can come back from this,
Yeah.
asswipe.
Yeah, exactly. I wish you would have added asswipe at the end, but thank God he didn't, and I just really loved it. Plus, I loved Carol's maniacal laughing as the guy was shooting her and basically giving his speech to Carol and saying, "I'm gonna make you suffer like you made my men suffer," and she's just like, "Ha, fuck you, man."
You know, I mean, there's just something about when you're really trying to put the pain on somebody and they're just not taking it.
It's rough.
Sucks for you.
Yeah, it sucked all the fun right out of that dude. He's just like, damn, what the hell is this? I came
Bitches
here
laughing.
to get some pleasure in your pain and suffering, and you're over there giggling. but I really liked the scene, and I thought that it was ironic that Morgan's motto of all life is precious, that Carol despised so much, is what ultimately saved her in the end. If we look back, Carol wanted to kill Morgan. I don't think she ever would have, but she did want to kill him, and she really, really hated that motto of all life is precious.
Yeah.
But it was a really cool scene. Really, really enjoyed it, and that was our number 3 moment from the finale.
Okay, wait, are we supposed to sing something about the circle of life right here?
The circle of life. I don't know the
I
words.
don't either, never mind.
That's all I know. And then they sing in Kumbaya and hold hands after that, right?
Something like
And
that.
somebody dies because it's the Lion King. Bullshit. Saddest movie ever.
Oh, yeah.
Our number 2 is the Mousetrap. Yes, is right. There was multiple mousetraps in this episode, and they were brilliantly executed by the saviors. It was phenomenal seeing just one after the other, which basically led up to, this wasn't the last one, but I think it was the most impactful one. Whenever Rick and the gang, they drive up on that Walker roadblock.
Yes.
That was insane. I loved the fact that they had the chain wrapped around them. Some dude had the chain basically ripping his guts out. One got Daryl's crossbow arrows in him.
That was rough. Although I would have shot that RV straight through those dudes, never would have slowed down.
Yes. Not really sure why they didn't do that.
I don't know either.
Walking Dead logic.
Unfortunately, we got a lot of that in this episode.
I definitely loved that moment. I loved whenever Rick meets up with Stephen Ogg. I still don't know his character's name in this episode, but he was phenomenal. It was just fantastic seeing Rick's arrogance from the beginning of the episode.
As it slowly dwindled.
Yeah, it slowly dwindled, and then once we got to that roadblock with the burning logs, that's pretty much the moment we knew our group had stepped into a big pile of doo-doo.
We are neck deep up Schitt's Creek with our mouth open, something like that Abraham said. And I thought, oh, yeah, y'all are.
He had some good ones. I mean, in a very somber finale episode, he had that and Bitch Nuts. And
Bitch Nuts was actually trending for a while on Twitter. I'm like, oh, that's so great.
That's fantastic. I love you, Abraham. You're the bestest. It is time for number 1.
All right. Welcome to PP City, y'all.
Yeah, that moment that Rick and the rest of the group, they stepped into the 7th circle of hell, it pretty much scared the pee right out of me.
Oh, God, it was terrifying.
And it continued to dribble as Negan's speech went on.
God, please stop. Seriously.
Oh, it was such an intense scene. It was the build-up that we had been waiting for seasons. If you're a comic book reader, the moment that Negan stepped out of that RV, you could just see the emotion was just pouring from our group as the pure, insane amounts of fear washed over their faces.
And the biggest amount of fear registered was actually on our main man, Rick. His face, I mean, he was just the sweat dripping from every little piece of hair.
Yes.
It was rough.
Whenever Negan delivered that line, "This is your way of life now," I loved how it's so closely paralleled whenever Rick gave his speech to his group of, "This is how we live."
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they went off to kill all of Negan's group, that was some crazy shit right there. And you know that Rick had to be feeling that in that moment of, damn, I took on the wrong group.
I think that's called karma.
Negan, he scared the crap out of me. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan did a phenomenal job of introducing this character into the show. Every line that he said in this episode was directly pulled from the comic. I went back and read issue 100, and they did a fantastic job, minus the non-usage of fucks.
Yeah, there was lots of shits.
There was lots of shits, lots of hells, and I think that we're going to get a very, very awesome edition whenever we buy the Walking Dead Season 6 Blu-ray edition, because I think it's going to have the exact scene verbatim from the comics, and I can't wait to see it. I will say that the cliffhanger ending, we're not going to get in it too much because we already got stuff that we've talked about before previously, but it was still very, very emotional. The fact that just listening to it Not even seeing it on screen, it sends chills down your spine.
I think listening to it was worse for me.
I think so too. It's very, very brutal. And Negan crushed it. PP City, I think we were all there. So that's our top 3. Now we're not done. We've got more videos coming. We want to know your comments first on what was your top 3 from the season 6 finale. Positive comments. We're trying to start the positive train. We already got all our negative out. We're starting the positive train now. So if you want to jump on...
The negativity was mostly you. Just FYI.
I think it was everybody. It was the entire TWD fandom, maybe like 1 or 2 people. I think Chris Hardwick was the only positive person that I have encountered thus far. We're about to also record our way too early season 7 prediction video. So hit that subscribe button. So that way you can get more of our fun Walking Dead content. And we thank you so much for watching the video. We really appreciate it. And we will be back with more Walking Dead.
Bye.